Welcome back, friends. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about operator precedence parsing. So, operator precedence parsing comes under bottom-up parsing. So, these are the steps we have to follow in order to perform the operator precedence parsing. The steps are: first thing, we have to ensure the given grammar is a operator grammar or not. So, these are the two major rules in order to check whether the grammar is a operator grammar or not. The first thing is there should not be any production with epsilon in its right hand side. So there should not be any epsilon production in the right hand side of the production rule. And the second thing is there should not be two adjacent non-terminals. For example, if we are having a grammar like this, A tends to B epsilon. So this is not an operator grammar. And another one thing, A tends to B. So you see here, in the right hand side, both the components are non-terminals. So there are adjacent to non-terminals. So this is also not an operator grammar. So we should not have a production rule in these two formats. Okay. The next step is, so we have to compute the leading position and we have to compute the trailing position. The fourth step is computation of precedence table, and the fifth step is operator precedence parsing. And the sixth step is an optional step. So we have to perform the computation of precedence function. This is an optional step. So when I am speaking about computation of leading, so there are two rules has been given in order to identify the leading position. So if A is in leading of A, so this A is a terminal. So terminal A is in leading of non-terminal A means, so if your production is in the form A tends to AY or A tends to XAY, where Y is a grammar symbol and X is a single non-terminal. So if you are having a production like this, so the leading of A is this A. Okay. So there may be a possibility of another format of production rule. Non-terminal A tends to non-terminal B and X. So here A is in leading of B, then that A will be in leading of A. So these are the two important rules in the computing the leading position. The next thing is trailing of identifying the trailing position in order to complete the operator precedence parsing. So if you are having a production rule in this format, non-terminal A tends to X and a terminal A, or non-terminal A tends to X, terminal A Y, where X is a grammar symbol and Y is a single non-terminal. Okay. So if you are having a production in this format, the trailing of A is this terminal A. The next production rule, A tends to XB. So here A is in terminal A is in trailing of B, then A will be in trailing of A. Could able to understand? So if you are having a production rule like this, non-terminal A tends to X and B. So this B is a non-terminal. So our terminal A will be in trailing of B. The terminal A will be in trailing of B. If the terminal A is present in trailing of B, then that A will be occurred in trailing of non-terminal A. So this is how we can compute the leading and trailing. So in the next lecture, we will see the computation of leading and trailing and the performance of these steps with the help of an example. Thank you.